Luigi Mangione was back in a New York courtroom today, looking fully recovered from whatever it was that prompted a sick day on Friday. This was day 4 of an evidence hearing, all about the warrantless search of the alleged killer's backpack. You'll remember that police found Mangione in a McDonald's restaurant in Altoona, Pennsylvania, 1 year ago from tomorrow. Team Luigi wants the contents of his backpack, not to mention Luigi's statements, thrown out of his trial. New York prosecutors, though, they obviously think that the gun they found in that backpack, along with the manifesto, are pretty darn key to the murder case and legally obtained upon his arrest. And today we heard some details and saw some evidence that we'd never heard or seen before, starting with Luigi's undies. You heard me, Luigi's underpants. Altoona police officer Christy Wasser testified that she found a fully loaded magazine for a 9mm handgun that was wrapped up in a pair of, quote, wet gray underwear. I cannot tell you more than that, folks. Trust me, I wanted to know more too. That's where she left it. She did not, however, find the gun in his backpack, not right away anyway. That officer Wasser said that the discovery of the gun, that happened later when they took Luigi and his backpack down to the station. I'm a little, bewildered by that, too. They searched it in the McDonald's. You did not find a gun? You didn't find it till you got back to the cop shop? Well, so they get into the intake area of the police station, right? And they did a deeper search of the backpack. And voila, they not only found the gun, they found bullets, too. So why did they even look in his backpack at the McDonald's, right? Why'd they even look there at all if they didn't really, really look? Altoona police said that they were afraid his backpack contained a bomb, which seems a not unreasonable concern given, you know, who they think they've got in their grip, right? The New York executioner guy. Except that Officer Wasser admitted today that they didn't bother to evacuate the restaurant or even move the bag to a place where it could do minimal harm if, in fact, there was a bomb inside it. Lucky for everybody there wasn't. But check out what was inside the backpack. What else was inside the backpack? This little piece of wisdom, it's Luigi's alleged to-do list for life on the run. One scrap of notebook paper has a handwritten and drawn map of Pittsburgh and a series of tasks listed by date. The list for December 8th, 4 days after the shooting, reads Best Buy, USB 256, digital cam, light source, micro SD, hot meal and water. Actually, it's water bottles, sorry. Hot meal and water bottles and trash bags. The list for December 9th, the day Luigi's life on the run ended. That's a little harder to make out, but it says in part, Intel check-in and survival kit. Another list found during the second backpack search back at the station house allegedly outlines Luigi's travel plans. It says, check Pittsburgh red eye, ideally to Columbus or meaning Cincinnati. Get off each. Keep momentum. FBI, slower overnight. Break cam continuity. Check reports for current situation. I think that means tune into the news. Find out if they're still looking for that guy, you know? And with that, I want to bring in my guest, Tarlika Nunez-Navarro. She is a former judge, a prosecutor, and defense attorney who's now the dean of St. Thomas University College of Law. So all around, very smart lady. All right, Judge, I am so fascinated by the conversations they're having in this state courtroom, but I want to know what you make overall of the bomb scare argument as the reason for why they took a look in the backpack to start with, but never said, hey, everybody in the McDonald's, maybe leave while we deal with what's in this possibly dangerous executioner's backpack.
Well, good evening, Ashley. It's good to see you. This isn't a bomb scare argument. This is a reasonable 19-year veteran who's been on the force, who has just been called to the scene where Luigi Mangione could be. We have probable cause for his identification. We have him in his hoodie. We have reported sightings of him. We have the 911 tape. So we have to take the totality of the circumstances into play from a reasonable officer's perspective, and then take a look at the surroundings. Can she in fact, get the McDonald's empty at that time, not necessarily without causing total chaos. So her looking through the bag is not unreasonable at all.
I also just want to ask you about the standard operating procedure of police officers, because I generally see that when they have somebody they deem possibly dangerous, whether it's a traffic stop, they look through their stuff, they look through their pockets, and they look through their bag. And I heard them on body cam sort of arguing about whether they needed a warrant in that McDonald's, and one of the officers used the term, this is a search incident to arrest. It seems awkward to me to say that, but I think it means something to them. Search incident to arrest. And the officer on the stand said, we search everybody we arrest. Can you help me sort through that and how we're even in court right now over this?
Yeah, so under the Fourth Amendment, our protection is to be protected from unreasonable search and seizure. So essentially, we have to have a warrant to search a bag, but there are exceptions, and one of those is an arrest. So if you are under arrest, or if a police is called to a scene or a traffic stop or a McDonald's, we can search, or law enforcement can search your bag, search incident to that arrest. That's one exception, and that's the one exception that officer used on the body cam video, and it makes complete sense. Now, the problem is when I put on my defense hat, and when you put on your defense hat and you're thinking it through as a defense attorney, you're thinking, well, was he arrested? And does the bomb story make sense with all of those people in the McDonald's? So I think the defense did a good job in poking holes in that argument.
But then you've got the notion that they don't find the gun and the bullets until they get back to the cop shop, and they do a deeper dive into the backpack, a pocket they hadn't opened. And voila, the gun and the bullets cause one of the officers to say, oh my God, and the other officer to say, oh shit. I can't understand why that would be an issue, because you always search the belongings and do an inventory list when someone comes into a jail for a booking. How is discovery of the gun and the bullets not just standard inventory as opposed to you didn't have a warrant?
Well, you hit it on the head, Ashley. It is an inventory search. But what they're saying is it's the fruit of a poisonous tree, which essentially means is you got to the station and you got the backpack from an illegal means, so we need to throw out everything that happens thereafter. But you are correct. It is an inventory search, and it's standard protocol.
Kind of felt like they might be able to use one of one and some of the other, but we'll see what this judge says. Okay, I only have a couple seconds left, but the to-do lists, if everything gets thrown out and the to-do lists don't, that's pretty strong stuff, don't you think?
Absolutely. The to-do list is very important. It shows mens rea. It shows his contemplation in advance. It shows his state of mind. So the to-do list is important. If that gets thrown out, it's going to be critical for the prosecution's case.
Judge Navarro, I am always so glad to have you here because I feel like I learn several new things every time you guest on this program. So please come back.
Thank you, Ashley. Have a great night.
Well, happy holidays to you as well.